Yeah, hello guys, Matt here with a video on the wheels point rodding kit and the lever ground frames kit. Both I've been waiting to do for a while now, as been told in some of my previous videos, and I have a couple of extra kits to show you as well. I'll just start with those. They're by Smiths of W&T. Now they're a smart couple of pair. One is an etched trackside warning signs for Great Western Railway on nickel silver, and they're really something. They've got different signs on there. All up goods and mineral trains must stop dead here. I found that great, that one. And there's also one on here that caught my eye, not because it says catch points 570 yards. It's because I could use that when I've got the ground frame and the point rodding done, so I thought that would be handy, and it would just give it that little bit more realism. And the other one is, I've been trying to find these for ages, and I did find them. They're on eBay, so do search for them. I can let people know if they want to know who the buyer was. They are speed restriction signs. Now, you know, if anyone's seen vintage railway films from the BFI or on telly, or even if they remember them, but they were about, there's some of them still about, and they were normally painted red and yellow and black, and sometimes with the white, and they were just lingering about on the track side, and they really look smart. I've seen it on a previous layout that I've seen, and I thought I'll have to get some because they'll just set it off really nice. Yeah, so that's to do, and it's all etched in metal, in brass, so all with strength. Right, anyway, back to the kits. So we have here, down here is the lever ground frames. This is in its basic form. I've already pre-painted, and as any modeler would tell you, it's always best to paint while it's in their mouldings. Gives a bit more detail, steady with the hand, and free to hold the whole thing while you're doing it, not to do it individually and get paint everywhere. Right, basics out of the way. Yeah, really detailed, really good quality, and if you can see that when it focuses, yeah, it's a very detailed bit of kit. And over here I have one that I've made earlier, just to show you what the end result would be. Now I've weathered up a bit on the foot plate bit there, and you can just get a real sense of what you could get and what you could achieve. You could do any colour you like on the base, really. In sense, you could have it looking wooden on the base with wooden frames, but I've gone for the all steel, as many of them were, and obviously followed the true colours, red, black and blue. And it does come, obviously you're thinking, anyway, you got two. Yeah, I was surprised. You get two sets of these and two sets of the levers, and then you get a spare one as well, so you do get sport for choice really here. For the price, I only paid £4.50 for this, so really good, and I've seen them go for about £7, so yeah, very good. The other one is on the layout, which I shall show later, and once we've put some more point rodding on the layout, and I'll show you what I've done with that. Right, so point rodding, yes, very fiddly is all I'm going to say. You get sections of the rodding as here shown, and they come all detailed. I've just pre-painted them. Yeah, they really look really good, especially on the layout up against everything else, and they stand out and really look the partner. And when you do put a couple up against each other, like you would see them out on the real railway, they really look smart. Also, you do get the facing point lock and all the cranks. Yeah, all these little bits you have to take off and put them on. You have to actually, these ones here, the actual cranks, you have to put them on their holdings here. You've got three different levels. You've got a small, medium and a large, and you've got all the dowel set drive joints on another one. They're just arms with slots on them, so they connect to the cranks and to the other adjustable cranks. You get a cluster of cranks and all the curved ones as well. Yeah, you get a platform ramp. A couple of these platform ramps that do go over the facing point lock to protect it. And this one here, that goes under the sleepers. But I'll explain what I've done with that one when it's on the layout. So yeah, very fiddly. Do take your time. Now I've been using, I think many people do use this as well with fine modelling, is the rocket plastic glue with the fine nib at the top. It's very precision, and I recommend using that. Colour wise, I just went for some bog basic, the Revell and Humbrol, black, blue and red. I've got some chrome paint here from an old Humbrol one, so it's still going strong. As you can see, glistening down there. Right, I shall make a cup of tea and I shall start putting on the point rodding and see how it goes. Okay, see you in a mo. Right, hello again guys, me back with the layout on the ground frame. This is the other one I was on about, the two levers, no frame. But as I shall come down, you can see with a bit of patience you can you can make it as real as you like. And for the extra bit down there, you can see it like almost brown colour. It's actually part of a Hornby fence, similar to them, the standard ones you get. It's just one of the fence posts. Cut it down to size and bent it a bit, just to give it that bit more flexibility to it. Because using the crank against another piece of point rodding, it was so fiddly. I've used that instead, and it's more sturdy and more robust. So if you want to change the point and knock it, you won't disturb it. That's the only thing I found, so that's why I've done that. I also used these previously from some point levers by Langley Models, the manual ones, and I've used them from there as well. There's a couple more down on the sidings. Yeah, so it doesn't look too half bad in situ. No, I use these when I volunteer on the railway, so I know how they work. I've seen them set up, so the ones that I use cover a lot longer distance, not this shorter distance. But yeah, I think it really sets it off, makes it look really nice. So yeah, going back over here then, now I shall come up. Now already you can see it where it is. If I come down, you can definitely tell there's some kit point rodding going on, coming from a section of points. I think it looks really smart, and the way that they've done the moulding on the facing point lock is quite accurate for a small scale model. Now I was worried about when you're doing this, will a coach go over it, will a loco go over it, but here's the proof, they do go over. I'll bring it back, and they don't touch, the hooks on the coach don't touch it, so thumbs up there. Now when I said about there's this piece on the kit that goes under the sleepers, it's this bit here. Now what it does, it's free to move, and it goes under you don't normally have ballast there. It would move, you'd poke it through and it would sit. Obviously when you operate the point levers, all the cranks would turn and move this to move that crank, that would move the lock open so you could move the point as shown. If you've already built your layout and got your ballast down, and like me, you will have to cut it. It doesn't affect it. You just have to do a good bit of trickery and marrying up, and hopefully that's what I've done. Yeah, and all the crankshafts look really great, and the point rodding, and they even come with a compensator. Now what a compensator does is effectively, for in the heat or in the extreme cold and vice versa, it's just allowed for expansion in the metal, and it moves on its own accord, purely for the fact of it, like it says in the name, it compensates itself for expansion and retraction. And I think it's good to have some extra detailing in a kit like this, because it all adds to the realism. And here is the ground frame itself leading into it, and I have got another piece of point rodding leading from it. I'll have another section up here, but I'm just going to go to it. I may use both face point locks on each and then have them coming out, but for the other ones I should just have them going to the lock, as opposed to, because you only get two, you see. That's the only thing, you get just two of these. So with the other ones, they'll just come up like this and go across to the actual point where you would attach a normal point motor. It won't look as detailed, but because it'll be in use quite a lot, it won't matter. But this bit down here is the detailed area. I will do some to this as well. I'll add another point rodding that comes over. But these three over here, they'll all be done by the signal box. And if I have enough, I may have to break into it. I shall use it for the other signal box over there, going to this one, or I may just use another ground frame. Haven't decided. I may not, as it's such a distance away, it won't be that noticeable, and I shall just keep them for a future layout. So yeah, I hope that has helped in some way, and people will find it good to look at on a detailed layout, and what it looks like and what you can get out of it. I should just do a couple of stills around here, just gives you an idea. And guys, like I said, if doing the compensators and the cranks, it is all loose and you have to make it up yourself. It's not all molded in for you new and you just clunk it together. There's a lot of holding, precision. If you have a couple of moldings, you can have it holding in, and that's fine. But it does take a little bit of patience, and it is rewarding. It just gives your layout that much more detail and realism. Yeah, so there it is, and I shall leave you now with that. As ever, if there is any questions you'd like me to answer, or there is a buyer you want me to let you know of where I purchased some of the other accessories, feel free. Other than that, please keep watching for the A4 special coming up soon. As you can see, I've got them going around. I've had to do a bit of restoration on a couple. Seagull over there was a bit croaky, but that's all good now, and she's running fine. And yeah, so I'll leave you with that, an aerial shot, and thank you very much for watching. Please comment, and if there's anything I can tell you, like I said, I will. And like and subscribe. Thank you. Take care. Bye now.